I'm Dave Casler, amateur radio call sign KEØOG, and welcome to Augies Worldwide, wherever you are. Thank you for tuning in for this week's Ask Dave video, where we take questions from audience members and see what we can do to answer or at least comment on. There are several ways you can comment. You can comment directly on the video and YouTube. That's probably the preferred way to do it. I can comment directly and everybody can see the answer that's there. Or you can send your query to hamradioanswers@gmail.com, or you can go on my website at dcasler.com/ask-dave, and there's a form there you can fill out that will send that. Actually, it goes to the same place, to hamradioanswers@gmail.com. Trevor Oman, who is our Ask Dave editor, will collate these and will try and include an answer in one of these. It's not a broadcast, is it? It's a video. All right, let's go. What have we got?
All right, so Pop asks about changing high TX power in the Redivis R282.
Well, the answer is I have no idea. However, he brings up the idea that there's a test mode in the programming software. And so I'm going to give that a try. I have the Islands HD1, which is made by Redivis, and I'm going to see if I can do that and see what comes up. If there's a lot of stuff in there, I'll see if I can do a video about that.
All right, James callsign KE0RUP is wondering about transmitting AM on the Yaesu 7900.
Well, I'm quite surprised to find out that you're using a Yaesu 7900 to transmit AM. I went and looked in the owner's manual for that and couldn't find anything in there about AM. It said at the beginning that it's an FM radio. But let's suppose that it could transmit on AM. Would that be legal? The answer is yes, although amateur best practice would have you using the so-called weak signal areas for your AM, and there is an AM calling frequency on 2 meters that you can do and see if you can talk to other people who are on AM. There are people on sideband, there are people on CW, people on FT8, there are people on all kinds of things on there. But again, I am surprised that it would do that because it states clearly it's just an FM radio. But yeah, as a technician, you can transmit all these other modes on 2 meters, 70 centimeters, 6 meters, and so on, 10 meters even. I have the Yaesu 7800, and I'll have to look at the owner's manual on that.
All right, callsign KA0BUD has a question about frequency mode versus channel mode on the Redivis RT5.
Well, there's a lot of people who are confused by this terminology. I don't know why the Chinese use it, but they do. The standard terminology instead of frequency mode is the VFO mode, which is a misnomer in and of itself. You don't sit and tune it with a knob. Rather, you punch in a frequency and it will take you straight to that frequency. That's the VFO mode, what the Chinese manufacturers call frequency mode. Channel mode is just that, it's memories. Channel mode is memory mode. So if you've got a Japanese radio, it'll say VFO versus memory mode. And that's the same thing as frequency mode versus channel mode on the Chinese radios.
All right. Christos asks about if he can use chirp on a TYT UV8000D.
The answer is I don't think so. I think you need to go to the TYT website and download the programming software there for that. I did that for my UV8000E Echo, and it worked just fine. I don't think Chirp does that particular radio. Well, that brings us to the conclusion. This was a rather short session today on Ask Dave, and we'll continue to answer those questions. Keep them coming. go to www.dcasler.com/ask-dave. There's a form there where you can answer, or you can ask a question or suggest a topic. Also, you can just use hamradioanswers@gmail.com. We'll do the same thing. Both of those go to Trevor here, who sorts through them, and we're trying to get through just as many questions as we possibly can. The best place to leave a comment is a comment on YouTube, because then everybody can see it, everybody can reply, and I try to go through those at least a couple times a week and make sure that I'm current with my comments on that. So thank you very much, and until we next meet, 73.